Good afternoon, Mount Vernon. This is Chris Phillips, your Public Works Director, with Ashely, our project engineer from Lydig. Man, what an exciting time here in Mount Vernon. Library Commons project, first floor, all concrete work is done.
Mostly.
Mostly.
The slab is complete. We are setting up tomorrow will be our first pour for the deck, and it'll include the ramp and the first portion over on second of the deck.
Okay, and lots of operations, crane operations going today. And I'm just wondering, on average, you had mentioned there's probably about, 40 to 50 workers here. How do you guys coordinate all these crane movements with so many people being around?
We send out a schedule weekly, and our superintendents, Steve and John, are very dedicated to making sure everyone knows when the deliveries are and when the crane will be picking those deliveries and from where and where they're going to. And then each morning they review that. And then we also have what's called a bellman on site, and he is in charge of rigging up each pick for the crane, and he's in communication with the crane operator 24/7, and he coordinates where it's being picked from and where it's going to, and then he has a whistle. So everyone knows to listen for the whistle, and if you hear the whistle, you're meant to look up and look around to make sure you know where that crane lift is going so you're not underneath it.
Gotcha. And again, that's going to be very important here over the next few months, because as we go from level 1 being completed to level 2 being completed, level 3, you've got multiple crane operations going on, and I would imagine that we're going to have a significant number of more construction folks that are going to be here working. Is that correct? That
is correct, yes.
Okay.
As we get going into the level 1 framing, we can have an average of like 80 to 100 people here.
Wow, 80 to 100. And today we have a special guest here that I'm going to bring in, so I'm going to exit stage right. We have our library director, Isaac, here today. So Isaac, why don't you come on in?
As a future user of the library, I'm excited to be standing in the community center portion of the building. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's going on here?
Yes, so we are currently standing in what will be the kitchen, and then over to our left is where the larger community meeting rooms will be.
Excellent. And that will hold about 300 people, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, what do we have coming up on the next month?
Well, Isaac, the next month will entail trying to get the rest of the decks going. Over the next month or two, we'll be up to level 4, which is the last level of parking. And from there, we'll be able to work on the structural steel for the stairs and the elevator.
Awesome. And I heard that some of the brickwork is going in?
Yes, as we get more of the decks going, we'll be able to start some of the framing and the brickwork on the exterior.
It'll be really nice to reveal the color to the public.
We're looking forward to it.
See you next time.